The sun was barely rising over Jerusalem. The city was waking up, merchants opening stalls, birds singing. But something dark stood within the courtyard of Pilate's palace. A crowd had gathered, their voices tense, accusing, restless. And in the middle of them stood Jesus, calm, silent, bruised, but unbroken. Pilate, the Roman governor, stepped out with his robe half-draped, clearly annoyed. He looked at Jesus and saw not a criminal, but a man who somehow carried peace even in chains. "Are you the king of the Jews?" Pilate asked. Jesus looked at him, eyes steady, voice quiet. "My kingdom is not of this world." Pilate frowned. That wasn't the answer he expected. He saw no threat, no violence. Yet the priests were furious, shouting accusations. "He calls himself the Son of God. He stirs rebellion." But Jesus said nothing. His silence was louder than their rage. Asterisk inside the marble hall. Pilate paced back and forth. He had judged hundreds of men, thieves, rebels, liars, but none like this. Jesus didn't plead, didn't argue, didn't defend himself. Pilate's wife sent him a message: "Have nothing to do with that righteous man. I had a terrible dream about him." Pilate sighed. "What is truth?" he murmured, half to himself, half to the man standing before him. And in that moment, Jesus' silence answered everything. Truth didn't need to argue. Truth simply stood there. Asterisk outside, the crowd grew louder. It was time to release a prisoner for the festival. Pilate thought it would be simple. "Whom do you want me to release to you? Barabbas, the murderer, or Jesus, the one called the Christ?" The roar came back like thunder. "Barabbas! Barabbas!" Pilate's eyes widened. "Then what shall I do with Jesus?" "Crucify him!" the crowd screamed. Pilate looked at Jesus one last time. The man didn't flinch. His eyes still carried mercy. Then Pilate called for a basin of water. He washed his hands and said, "I am innocent of this man's blood." But the truth is, no one's hands were clean that day. Asterisk sometimes silence speaks louder than defense. Jesus stood before power, false accusations, and hate, yet chose peace, mercy, and purpose. His calm wasn't weakness, it was divine strength. When life treats you unfairly, remember, truth doesn't shout, it simply stands firm.